Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, awakened masters of the new earth rising. Happy Mother's Day to our Buddhist goddesses out there. This is the day, the 22nd day of the 9th lunar month. Lord Buddha descended from heaven to earth after paying homage to his mother, Queen Maha. We also have the Moon 4, self-existing owl moon within the 13 moon planetary service wave spell of the electric seed year on the Mayan calendar. The owl is the sacred totem of La Luna. On this auspicious day, we have very powerful divine feminine goddess energies flowing in with this watery Scorpio alignment and solar activities. Over the last 17 hours, Solaris has been in constant activation mode with multiple solar flares, CMEs, and flashing pulses of higher light transmitting to Earth. This is the third day in a row of gamma plasma celestial energetics coming in to this realm, appearing on the Schumann charts as amplitudes of 20 and 40 hertz. The white dove has returned in the form of the new Jerusalem for this annunciation of the return of the kingdom of Christ consciousness to this sacred domain. The veils of the heavenly vault are parting to reign in the divine light of the Holy Spirit upon Mother Earth and all her children. The beluga whales, the great white angels of the sea, are connecting with your heart center now to activate you in the bliss and joy codes and lift your spirit into the fifth dimensional frequencies. All our ocean angels are connecting to our ground crew to assist us in this final breakthrough push of the birthing of the new Lemuria, heaven on earth. All new earth kings and queens are crowned and have been enthroned with the Christos Sophia new Edenic codes of the eternal golden age of enlightenment timeline. Goddess Tara blesses us and surrounds us with her holy light. Aho! Om Tara Tutara Tura Soha. Om Tara Tutara Tura Soha. Om Tara Tutara Ture Soha. Namaste. And today, with the massive energies and waves coming in, we had many earth changes and activations all over Pachamama. Major flooding in Vietnam, central Vietnam, and more flooding in the Mediterranean area in Italy. We had many activations all over Pachamama. We had 140 M1.5 or greater earthquakes in the last 24 hours, most powerful in the root chakra again, east of South Sandwich Islands with a 5.9. Earlier today on the Ring of Fire, Bonin Islands, Japan, 4.2. And at 5:48 UTC, we had a 5.9 magnitude earthquake, 58.358, latitude 14.867 longitude, triple 58 portal. 13 divine goddess energies coming in. The Queen's Kundalini is rising. 4.6 Philippines, Dominican Republic 3.4, Russia 4.5, Council of 9 coming in. Southern Alaska and the Crown Chakra, Lemuria 3.0, another activation in the root chakra. South Sandwich Islands 5.0. British Virgin Islands, New Atlantis Energy 3.699 portal. Indonesia 4.8, 12 the Divine Goddess. Indonesia 4.3, Smith Valley, Nevada 3.0. Puerto Rico 3.1. Kamchatka, Russia 4.5, 999. New Zealand 4.3. Fukushima, Japan 4.9, 13 Divine Feminine. And another activation, Fukushima, 4.5. Another 9 activation, Indonesia, 4.3. In the sacred mountains of China, Tian Shan. This is close to the border of Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. In the holy mountains of Tian Shan, Celestial Mountain, we had a 4.7, 37 kilometers depth, 37 into 73, Heaven on Earth, Cobb, California, 30, Kermadec Islands, 4.9, another 13, activation, Odessa, Texas, 3.4, 3.6, Fiji, 4.2, very deep, 561 kilometers depth, Sea of Okhotsk, 5.4, another Council of 9 activation, Indonesia, 4.3, the whole ring of fire lit up, activated as the divine goddess rises. Today is also a very special day. It is the birthday, the solar return of one of our greatest teachers, our lineage holder of our tradition, Kunlun Negong, Mujin Roshi, who is Qingfeng Dao Shi, the gold dragon, returnable rainbow body, Qingfeng Dao Shi, pure wind, man of the Tao, and in Tibet, Nepal, Dorje Tsering, meaning Thunder Lama, who works directly with the thunder beings, and Tolku, reincarnated Bodhisattva. We dedicate today's transmissions to our great Sifu, Sifu Max, Mujin Roshi. Thank you very much, Sifu, for your great teachings and all that you have done for myself, our team, and for all of humanity and Gaia. We honor you with our daily teachings and transmissions. Namaste, Divine Brother of the Light, Mujin Roshi. And Roshi is title in Zen Buddhism for Zen Master, Master of Meditation. Today, October 26, 2021. Sifu's solar return as the gold dragons rise, transmit their Kunlun energy of eternal bliss consciousness to all sentient beings of pure consciousness in all dimensions, all timelines, all realms, here now, through our Sacred Heart Center. Aho! Now let us continue with the current Sabian symbols. Right now the moon is at 15 degrees 7 minutes Cancer. The sun is at 3 degrees 57 minutes Scorpio. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 4 degrees Scorpio. A youth holding a lighted candle in a devotional ritual. And the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 16 degrees Cancer. A man studying a mandala in front of him, with the help of a very ancient book from astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred Condor pulls a card for you today from the tarot deck, Dreams of Gaia, from Raven Phelan. And the card she pulled for you today, very beautiful card with the rainbow bridge. Card 6 of Air. Keywords: solutions, comparisons, compromise, open-mindedness, mindfulness, illumination, epiphany, personal power. Key phrases: a time of research and investigation. Look at and compare a range of options. Weigh the pros and cons. Be willing to compromise. Don't let rigidity hamper possible success. A moment of epiphany. Step into your personal power. Do not discredit what others offer. Meaning the 6 of Air represents a solution born of compromise that lies somewhere in between the black and white, either-or choices that are so often seen as the only options available. Now is a good time to contemplate and compare a range of different options in order to discover the best solution for one and all. Therefore, it is also time for research and investigation. As you consider the options, compare, take notes, weigh the pros and cons for each. There might be a need for compromises to be made, as sometimes in order to achieve our goals and objectives, compromise is required. Now is not to be the time to prevent an outcome by being inflexible and taking a rigid stance. The 6 of Air also represents the singular moment of revelation and illumination, when the mind opens and at once understands the extent of the power we have over our lives. Suddenly you see potential in everything. You see how every experience and choice made by you and others has shaped you in your life and brought you to this moment. In turn, you also understand how every choice you make in the present will shape your future. In that moment of recognition, the mind changes in an instant, and so does life itself. The Six of Air is presenting you with the opportunity to act with mindfulness and awareness. From this moment onwards, choose to take responsibility for your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, understanding that even by taking a passive or inactive role, by doing nothing, or by allowing others to make decisions on your behalf, you are making a choice. Own it. The only drawback is that you will no longer be able to blame others for stealing your power if it was your choice to give it away. This is your moment to come of age and own your power. The Six of Air signifies an opportunity to empower and illuminate your life by opening your mind. And from the great beings of the world, Happy Mother's Day to all mother sentient beings. According to Buddhism, Mother's Day falls on the 22nd day of the 9th lunar month, which is an auspicious day, as on this day Lord Buddha descended from heaven to earth after paying gratitude towards his mother, Queen Maha. After 7 days of Buddha's birth, Queen Maha died and was reborn in heaven. After Lord Buddha's enlightenment, Buddha wanted to pay his gratitude towards his mother's kindness and love. Thus Lord Buddha went to heaven and stayed there for a while and gave teachings to his mother, gods and goddesses there. Don't limit your prayers only to the present mothers. From the countless lifetimes, every sentient being has been once our mother. Bless all souls with love and compassion. May the Mother Terra bless the entire universe with unconditional love and compassion. Om Tara Tutara Ture Soha. I prostrate to the Liberator, Mother of all the victorious ones. Victory to the light. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Ramona Lappin. These most holy, powerful solar flares and Schumann resonance spikes, reality, timeline shifts are burning through the last layers of lies, manipulation, deceit, distortions, density, and veils. Within and without, only truth is everlasting. Buckle up, Dorothy, all new worlds awaits. Stand tall in your mastery. Be the truth. Be the change. Let's make it so. And from a gift from Gaia, M1.3 solar flare was active during the super juicy period for us in the UK and similar time zoned countries. Whilst we were beginning to stir and our pineal glands were secreting melatonin, a power-packed solar flare erupted, and it's all go for collective stimulation, activation, and some powerful possibilities opening as we shake our inhibitions and use this stunning reverberation to hold focus, hold the vision, and release from the fixation of the outside. If the releasing hasn't yet become you, now is a super practice day in which we go deeper within and wait patiently at the gateway point of the subconscious, consciously feeding it our commanding directions of how we now choose to operate and what is of most value, to then hold patience and await our realization to our connection to what sits beyond the gates, the divine feminine, the soul, the cosmic mind, the superconscious. In truth, it's a connection that already is. However, there is most often a feeling coupled with a believing of disconnect, and this is due to both the light awareness held and the value system, which is most often back to front for what people truly desire. Some people value outside more than in. Some people aren't aware of in or out, and some value in and then find that as the connection opens, it becomes the all, the entire thing. Inside and outside all become known as one, and the connection to the beyond has grounded and is actively aware and participating, and the value system has no split, and works in the direction it was always intended. But until we get to that point, we must create the silence, hold the trust and the patience for us to be aware of the happening, and to therefore receive the happening as you. An M-class flare is an opportunity to play with the energies, to enhance, power up, and witness a torrent of growth. Intention is everything. Attention is your sight, imagination, and the dreams are your tools, and then await the instruction which will arise from a hunch, a twist of fate, intuition that will be noticed and unquestionable. Please do share your stories. It's magical to share and highlight what is possible when you play in the powers of nature. Let's make it undeniable. From a gift from Gaia.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica. sending waves of amethyst vibrational light, higher light expansion. Connect to our crystalline light, a higher light tool to assist your light frequency. Aligned with every light being, simply be and wear us in global light unity. Open your heart to amethyst light to assist your light expansion, dimensional travel. Your personal upgrades will ease and flow as you integrate the higher light codes. Love for your day, brothers and sisters, expanding in a wonderful harmonic light frequency. Amethyst Harmonic Love, from KarenLithica.com, and from Divine Sister of the Light, Lisa Marie Wright. Much clearing of core issues and deepest barred wounds, abandonment, rejection, denial, distrust, tracing emotions back to first experience, childhood trauma, will clear at the root. Incoming, powerfully transformational energies providing opportunity to fully leave the old behind. Much activations, upgrades, enhancement of gifts, skills, and abilities. All energies connected to ego issues, entitlement, service to self, self-sacrifice, playing small, attachments to karmic relations, sexual distortion, guilt, blame, shame, fear, judgment, division, separation, codependency, conformity, comparison, control, manipulation, and the need for validation, acceptance, and approval, all being revealed, presenting, surfacing for release. Your higher self has already chosen. Resistance is futile. Releasing resistance allows for a much smoother transition. Surrender, allow, flow. Lessons will continue to increase in intensity until all that no longer serves is released. Much releasing of patriarchal mindset and rising of feminine energies within both masculine and feminine incarnates. Much releasing of hierarchical energies, the need to be gods and goddesses. Much balancing, harmonizing, and unification of masculine and feminine energies. Much embodiment of oneness and pure unconditional love that we truly are. Much incoming clarity, new purpose, contribution, mission, many being called into action. Trust the path will unfold and know all will be provided. Let the true you glow. Let pure unconditional love flow. As unique expressions of pure unconditional love, there are no limits to what we can create. Infinite potential and eternal expansion. Trust the unknown. Expect miracles always. Our time has come. We are golden. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Daisy Foss, the Quickening. We are moving into a zone in space that is a band of photon energy. Our star moves into the band for about 2,000 years, and this event happens about every 11,000 years. The last time this happened, we were in Atlantis. What is the photon belt? The photon belt is a spiral formation that our galaxy passes through as it goes around its orbit of the galactic center. It is also known as the photon band, and many spiritual people believe that the Earth will enter this band for 2,000 years, creating a spiritual advancement known as the quickening for the inhabitants of the planet. Can you feel it? As the higher vibrational energies continue to make their way on the Earth, they naturally find their way into us too, shifting out the old, literally by shaking the shift out of us. Our only challenge is to allow it the best we can and to let go whatever is attempting to leave us. No amount of spraying can stop it. Since May 1998, when Mother Gaia officially entered the first vortex, there is no turning back. Within the next years, Mother Earth will be going through each of the 12 vortexes of that light with the intensity required for her purification and preparation for her ascension process into the 5th dimension. Since then, the light from the photon belt's various frequencies and intensity is no longer released at intervals. They are now bombarding the Earth much more intensively and continuously. There are many adjustments to be made in this vortex before we can move to the next one. The choice is entirely yours, and the opportunity is for all. Those who resist the new energy will not be able to make it through the 12 vortexes. We know that many will choose at a soul level and at the conscious level to leave or vacate their physical bodies, rather than let go of their fears, preconceived ideologies, and personal agendas that are not serving the highest good of all, rather than lovingly allow themselves to go through the necessary steps of this transformation. Some would be ready to come along for the ride, but they will be choosing to transform from the other side of the veil because of their age. This option is acceptable for those precious ones, and we ask you not to worry for those loved ones and allow them that choice. Many of you are already feeling and noticing the effects of cellular and genetic levels in your physical and emotional bodies. Many of you are now experiencing new, unpleasant physical symptoms you never had before, such as headaches, heart pains, palpitations, chronic fatigue, dizziness, nausea, changing sleep patterns, ringing in the ears, blurring the vision, and many more. You're also experiencing changes in your emotional state. Your bodies are evolving and cleansing themselves. All old, worn-out negative emotions and ways of thinking and perceiving things are coming to the surface to be examined, purified, and transformed. Many of you are emotionally confused, and many of you feel sick. I tell you, this is only temporary. Just hang in there and remain in the frequency of love for yourself and others. This is why you came here. One love, one heart, one breath is one. From daisyfoss.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel. Immensely powerful surges of energetic shifts are pouring in, and these are literally thrusting us out of the old and into the new. It's a regenerative life force, and indeed is having an effect on all of life. It is vibrant and seventh dimensional as the new earth is ascending now at a rapid pace into the seventh dimensional state. I have done intense clearing and healing with my students and those attending my webinar this weekend, mainly because I've been guided to do so. More than this, unplug them from the matrix. As the sun disks from the seventh central sun of illumination are now working at intense highest levels with the white flame, we are going through an intense rebirth, morphing and transfiguration as never before. It can bring about times of intense disorientation and a sense of being in a whirlpool, for this is a spiraling telluric energy, and it is literally spinning us into a much lighter body and pulling or sucking us up into the higher frequency bands. This is happening at a cellular, DNA, and deeply into every single atom, molecule, and electron in our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. I simply love this, for we have been waiting for this for many lifetimes and existences, and here we are now in the thick of things, where all is happening in the highest degrees. This is why it is so very important to stay centered and not allow yourself to be pulled off course. As more chakras open, we are moving beyond anything known before and stepping more and more into the unknown. Allow the transfiguration to happen and allow yourself to be transformed as you literally leave the old behind forever. What a time to be alive and well and on planet Earth. The new Earth and the new creation is here, making itself felt on all levels now. From JudithKusel.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, 144 God Code. Possibly you were once an open book and shared yourself with the world. You may have learned that doing so, however, can put you in a very vulnerable position when sharing with the wrong people. These were valuable lessons to help in the evolution and mature in your communication and self-expression. This learning cycle is now ending. The new you is connected into your higher self and source spirit. Together you are moving into our higher octave and new timeline. Healing and protection surround you through this time of change and perseverance. The seed point of trauma that created being too open, vulnerable, and needy has been broken. The body can be reflecting this release through detoxing and purifying toxins quickly that can affect the blood pressure, lymphatic system, and the skin. Tourmaline crystal can help support healing. This release is clearing mental confusion, stress, and indecisions, especially in relationships, love, and marriage. You are graduating and traveling into new, evolved relationships, love and marriage with others that are also healed, grown, and evolved like you. This is blessed change that brings new inspirations and exciting energy to confidently move forward, shoulders back and head held high. The feminine within and the sisterhood of the rose are leveling up. You did the inner work to free yourself from being too vulnerable and letting people take your precious life force energy. Release these old stories and systems. Give old earth to God to resolve on your behalf. There are new earth anointed contracts, marriage, partnerships, and systems that are replacing all you have released. In Jesus Christos' name, Amen. From Caroline Kundalini Twin Flames. And from Here in the Moon Astrology, Scorpio is the great denumbing agent of the zodiac, which means that this November, with its super new moon plus lunar eclipse and intense Mars-Pluto activations, is not for the faint of heart. After long, weary months of retrograde inertia, 2021 is going out with a big bang. Prepare to be shaken and stirred. A heads up from spaceweather.com, something flary this way comes. Suddenly, the northeastern limb of the sun is bursting with activity. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory recorded this frenetic 5-hour sequence during the early hours of October 26. At least half a dozen explosions occurred during that brief movie. The blast site is hidden just behind the edge of the sun. It's almost certainly an unstable sunspot. The sun's rotation will bring it into view within the next 24 to 48 hours, creating a geo-effective source of solar activity. From hereintheMoonAstrology.co.uk. And from Divine Brothor of the Light Daniel Giamario, observations for the week. Being the monsoon season in the Philippines, seeing the stars and planets has been hit and miss, mainly miss. However, this morning I did see an unusually bright Mercury on my walk before sunrise. Hence I am now inclined to tune into Mercury yet again. As indicated last week, Mercury has now begun its Libran synodic overtone. Furthermore, today is its greatest elongation at 18.4 degrees from the Sun and at a quite bright 0.8 magnitude. This is the best morning apparition of the year for the Northern Hemisphere dwellers, so if you've not had much luck with seeing Mercury before, now is a really good chance for you. I also can't help yet again tuning into the United States chart. Natally, the U.S. Mercury is 24 degrees 11 minutes Cancer retrograde, opposed by Pluto at 27 degrees 32 minutes Capricorn. Today Pluto is 24 degrees 24 minutes Capricorn, and has been opposing the U.S. Mercury within a few minutes of exactness for weeks. This 2021 alignment adds credence to the view of many, including now myself, that the U.S. is already in its Pluto return. The U.S. Cancerian Mercury retrograde in a Pluto cycle certainly can add to one of the main U.S. shadows, the lack of capacity to self-reflect, be aware of the rest of the world, and an ability to move beyond a where number one childishness. Adding to the current transit's initiatory imperative to go deeper is the remarkable fact that the trans-Plutonian planet Eris is 24 degrees 10 minutes Aries today, and near this degree all year, as she moves even slower than Pluto. The U.S. Mercury is caught in the crosswires of a Pluto opposition and an Eris square. Expect chaos and irrational, all intended to transform the original Mercury placement. It will become less possible to hide past and present deceptions under the cover of good intentions or of being the good guy. In addition to the ingress of the Sun into Scorpio this past Friday, Mars enters Scorpio at 7:21 a.m. PDT on Saturday, just hours after the square of the Sun with Saturn. Scorpionic themes will continue to dominate as we approach the emergence of Mars from the underworld at 15 degrees Scorpio on November 22nd. We can potentially expect to get clues from the October through November events of 1910, 1942, and 1989. Meanwhile, Venus is making a spectacular show in the evening sky at negative 4.4 magnitude as she approaches the galactic center. Jupiter and Saturn are now separated by about 15 degrees, with Jupiter shining brightly at negative 2.5 and Saturn 25 times dimmer at plus 0.6. Jupiter is at the tail of the goat fish, and Saturn is at its head. It's quite a good visual show for our sky watchers. Stay safe and be prepared for any and all eventualities. Try your best to be in alignment with your life purpose, your true place on the wheel, and as best as you can, be in contact with your higher self. Never forget this accelerated time frame is within the greater time of the turning of the ages and the deepest descent of the Kali Yuga. From Shamanic Astrology Mystery School. And from Divine Sistar of the Light Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology, Lunar Aspects, The skies are quiet, although aspects are building in the background. But for today, the moon is in soft, sensitive, comfy Cancer, and there's a need for familiar surroundings and comfortable routines. Emotions are intensified, and we may find the world out there is a little too loud, too busy, too heated, too competitive. We're drawn to find a safe space to sit, cushioned, quiet, allow time for recuperation, contemplation, time to read and daydream. Ideally, rest if you can. Even a 5-minute meditation is better than nothing. Cook a favorite but simple meal. Eat mindfully, consciously. Change bed linen. Sort out the kitchen cupboards. Bake a cake. Check in with what you need, not only physically but emotionally and spiritually too. Journal or think about what nourishes me. Ask your inner child what they need from you to feel safe and content. Bless the walls of your house and thank the spirit of your home. Nurture your soul. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And from 13 Moon Peace Time, today's galactic signature is Keen 56, yellow self-existing warrior, Khan, Keeb. After activation of the electric tone of service comes the defining of the self-existing tone of form. Yellow self-existing warrior, Khan, Keeb, guides and teaches us to be the spiritual warriors of grace, guided by our inner voice as we walk the sacred path of the cosmic question mark in order to bring form into existence. All form follows vibration, and all vibration follows form. Therefore, since all forms are essentially self-existing, when we allow ourselves to surrender to the natural intelligence of the forms that we are manifesting, without control or manipulation, those forms are birthed gracefully. Yellow self-existing warrior, Khan Keeb, reminds us that by correctly utilizing the energies of discernment, definition, and measure, we can bring form into existence. We are also reminded how we define things determines exactly how they will form. Yellow self-existing warrior, Khan Keeb, encourages us to question with divine intelligence as we bravely advance toward our fears. The essence of true spiritual warriorship is to never give up on anyone or anything. To be self-sustaining and self-maintaining is to be self-existing, or in other words, whole within oneself. A spiritual warrior must be schooled in this inner quieting. The cauldron of creation is ever inviting us to give deep attention to how our existence is taking shape by asking ourselves some deep questions. Are we receiving the inherent wisdom of our own form and developing our own autonomous nature? Are we utilizing our own natural innate abilities of discernment and paying attention to the details of our existence? Are we claiming our innate powers of intuition and acknowledging and embracing the naturally occurring abundance that always exists all around us? How are we choreographing our experience of the dream of our existence? Are we fearlessly questioning while guided by authenticity, clarity, and wholeness? Through this discernment, let us strengthen the foundational structure of who and what we really are as we enjoy the mystery of naturally unfolding cosmic order. We are at an accelerated time in the evolution of consciousness, when the underlying form of our perception is shifting. We are transitioning from a third-dimensional perspective of time-space into fourth, fifth-dimensional perspective. As we collectively make this transition, it is not like the third dimension disappears, though it could, but according to your consciousness you begin to see and experience reality differently. In other words, for any given time-space reality, there are many overlapping, parallel realities that exist simultaneously. You enter into these different parallel realities according to your level of consciousness, which registers as a vibrational frequency. The seeds of consciousness are present in all created forms and are constantly pressing us upward toward expansion into greater light. The law of time demonstrates how the entire universe is actually a vibrating, pulsating, resonant field with mathematical structures connecting everything with everything. We are all in an integral part of one vast, interconnected, synchronic web. As we raise our vibration, we come into awareness of different beings, both physical and non-physical, as well as knowledge that we would not have previously encountered until we are at the proper vibrational level. Those on a path of conscious evolution seek to surround themselves with kin of different vibration or higher, as we are here to evolve and expand beyond our current limitations. In the wave spell, the fourth tone and fourth moon represents the final stage of the third-dimensional mind pulsar. Mind is understood as the medium for channeling different types of energy and consciousness. It is a link that connects our third-dimensional body with the invisible fourth, fifth-dimensional world. This moon's totem animal is owl, the wise bird of the night, symbolizing mystery and prophecy, often associated with magicians and wizards. Owl brings the power to penetrate the hidden mysteries, whispering to us the secrets to release light from matter, darkness, freeing our consciousness from the entrapment of the physical world. Form is how a self-evolving universe makes its intrinsic structures perceptible. Noah's Letter 29, lawoftime.org. Keen 56, yellow self-existing warrior. Moab codes, Rune 56, time travel, unifies the mind. Codon 56, voyaging. Zone of initiation. Moab, affirmation. Self-existing intelligence, ripens magnetic elegance. Moon 4, self-existing moon within the 13-moon planetary service wave spell of the electric seed year. Stage 4 of the 13 stages of the manifestation of an enlightenment being. 4. Buddha way is endless. I vow to follow it. Third-dimensional mind form pulsar, tones 4, 8, 12. Whoever thoroughly purified vision in the third stage enters the fourth stage. One attains this stage by 10 entries into the light of the teaching. By entry into the light through the contemplation of the realms of beings, by entry into the light through contemplation of the realms of the world, by entry into the light through contemplation of the realms of phenomena and principles, by entry into the light through contemplation of the realm of space, by entry into the light through contemplation of the realm of consciousness, by entry into the light through the contemplation of the realm of desire, by entry into the light through contemplation of the realm of form, by entry into the light through contemplation of the realm of formlessness, by entry into the light through the contemplation of the realm of high-minded devotion, and by entry into the light through contemplation of the realm of inclinations of the magnanimous mind. Here in this fourth stage called blazing, simultaneous with the attainment of this stage, the enlightened beings are born into the family of Buddhas, so as to attain the qualities proper to it by means of 10 things that develop and mature knowledge, by non-regressing will, by ultimate unbreakable faith in the 3 treasures, by contemplation of the origination and extinction of conditioned things, by contemplation of non-origination of inherent nature, by contemplation of the formation of disintegration of worlds, by contemplation of coming into existence due to actions, by contemplation of the mundane whirl and nirvana, by contemplation of actions of beings and lands, by contemplation of past and future, and by contemplation of non-being and non-annihilation. Have embodied these 10 things that mature knowledge, enlightened beings are beings that are born in the family of Buddhas by attainment of the principles that are proper to it. Many messengers, seers, sages, and masters were sent to this planet as lighthouses and reminders to the people of their original plan or mission. They were sent to give warnings and instructions on the path back to the One. These holy ones activated the vibration of God and the memory of the new light into the sincere, receptive seekers. 9-Year Vision Map by Reid Cain, Cain 185, lawoftime.org. Cosmic History Quote for Moon 4, Day 9. Once you have been granted wholeness, you will never be anywhere else but where you have always been. From 13moonpeacetime.com. Today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 56, Yellow Self-Existing Warrior. Self-existing is the name for the number 4, and its keywords are definition, form, and measure. The 4th day of any wave spell is about taking a closer look at the details. reading the finer print and scrutinizing, so you may proceed armed with the knowledge necessary to move forward with the wave spell. Yesterday we flew with the eagle and saw things from a higher perspective. Now we must swoop in closer to see what is going on. Today is Yellow Warrior, and the keywords associated with it are intelligence, fearlessness, and questioning. Yellow Warrior invites us to go on a mission, to accept a quest. Contemplate today what you had achieved using your willpower and thinking like the warrior. Wield a sword and don't be shy about marching forth, as it is a number 4 day, and that represents definition. Today's mission, therefore, will be about the quest for information. The warrior loves to ask questions, and it has a thirst for knowledge, so the number goes very well with the day. The guide for the day is the yellow human, which represents channeling, wisdom, and free will. This suggests that using your intuition to guide your actions today will lead your quest and help you discover the answers. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papa Giorgio, Yellow Self-Existing Warrior, 4 Keeb, Keen 56, 26th of October 2021, Questioning Form, 26/10/2021, equal 8/10/5, equal 8/15, equal 8/6, equal 14, equal 5. Day codes, 26, Empowerment through Compassion, 8, Abundant, Infinite Source Flow, 14, Media, Publicity, Promotion, Recognition, 5, Change, Transformation, Freedom, Liberation. Month year codes, 10, Manifestation, Authority, Power, 1, New Beginnings, Leader, Original, 15, Spiritual Alchemy, Charisma, Magnetism, 6, Heaven, Christ, Romance, Harmony, Keen 56, equal 11, equal 2, 11, Portal, Gate, Polarity, 2, Twins, Partnership, Cooperation. Another potent day, continuing the gifts brought by yesterday's Blue Eagle, calling us to action, our dreams, and our divine purpose. Day 4 in the Red Skywalker wave spell of awakening, exploration, and new adventures. Today we are working on the mental plane and using our minds to question what it is we need to surrender in order to shape our new reality and expand our consciousness. Yesterday marked the close of the cycle of war and battles on our beloved planet Gaia. The Rainbow Warriors have gloriously arisen and are victoriously reclaiming this realm in order to lead us into the light at the end of the rainbow. Tone of creation, self-existing, tone 4, operates in the mental realm. Action measures, power defines, essence form. Self-existing number 4 takes form, and we have ourselves a square shape. Self-existing, measuring and defining, very intelligent, fascinated by self. We now have built a sturdy platform upon which further growth takes place. The warrior plus the self-existing tone are a very mind-focused energy, leading to much mental analysis, questioning, and defining today. The warrior will necessitate that you define what forms your dreams and the collective dreaming of our planet shall take in order to be created. It is time to build a solid foundation for new earth together. Today's question is, what do I need to fearlessly surrender in order for my divinely directed ideas and dreams to take form? Divine blessings for the realization of your great dreams to take form. In la ketch a la Keen, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 56, Yellow Self-Existing Warrior. The mantra, the code for today is, I define in order to question. Measuring fearlessness, I seal the output of intelligence. With the self-existing tone of form, I am guided by the power of free will. And on this powerful day of activations, transformations, and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now I'd like to take the time to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations that we're able to continue our work. I'd like to thank and welcome Divine Sister of the Light, Nina Hutchison, for your pledge and support on Patreon, and welcome to the tribe of the Eagle and Condor. I'd like to also thank Divine Brothor of the Light, Justin Lopez, for your pledge and support on Patreon, and welcome to the tribe of the Eagle Condor. Thank you both. We appreciate you very much. If you'd like to help support our work and help us continue to bring these transmissions to the world and our other works of art, you can do so at our link to Patreon at whitegoldeagle.com. And if you'd like to make a one-time donation to support us in our mission, you can do so to our PayPal link at eaglelovecondor.com. I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork on Etsy. You can purchase her beautiful handmade goddess totems, zodiac goddesses, angels, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. Now we're going to complete today's transmission from Divine Sister of the Light, Sandra Walter. Divine neutrality brings expansive clarity and freedom. To truly comprehend how this changes everything, we need to practice. The photonic coherent light rays and plasma will grow quite intense. It will change our realities. We are walking through the experience of a dimensional shift. Dissolving the old realms is apparent and palpable. All are presented with soul integrity choice points. The light amplifies revelation and best use of life force for all. This is why protecting freedom of choice, body sovereignty, and the integrity of the soul's journey is so present in the collective journey right now. Creating harmony, balance, equanimity in yourself affects the collective. Everything you do affects the whole. This is a return to unified awareness. We practice now, not putting off a choice point for an event down the timeline. Until divine neutrality reveals your pure conduit self, assist your heart in becoming an open stargate of source. Train your heart and fields to be in optimal coherent condition during this phase. Walk the middle path of non-judgment and compassion. Stand in your divinity, open and kind, and apply higher choices in the moment. Divine neutrality. Train your heart now. The level of coherent light will reach staggering intensity. Intense in a good way. It will seek its vibrational match and amplify it. From AscensionPath.com. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Thank you for your kindness, your beautiful comments, and coming here on this divine mission of the ascension of Gaia and all her children. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart and shine your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this the best day ever. The Eagle and the Condor love you all. Namaste.